am kind of having a moment right now, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because this is real. This is what it's like to have to be intentional and ethical in your decision making and such. So I'm looking to revamp my wardrobe. And the way that I want to do that is through, I guess, essentially creating a capsule wardrobe. I don't want to be super strict about it, so I'm going to give myself the flexibility to adopt whatever that means to me. But I do want to prioritize the idea that I love what's in my closet and I don't have things in my closet that I don't really like or that don't fit me well or whatever. I want to make sure that I'm curating a closet that reflects my personality and my interest and my taste and I'm excited to wear. And I don't think excess is necessarily the first step in doing that. I think that is an easy way to end up with a lot of things that you don't actually like that much. So I think being very intentional about what you purchase and the process of making that purchase, I think can help prevent you from just getting a bunch of stuff that you don't actually want or need. So because of that, I want to really take some time to make very intentional purchasing decisions and using my values, not just my reflex, I guess. I have not purchased any clothing items in 2025 and I'm okay with that. I don't feel like I'm losing out or missing out. I really do like a lot of the things that I have in my wardrobe, but I do feel like it's starting to no longer reflect the way I want to present myself. So I've been looking at new things and I also want to potentially include secondhand or vintage things as well. So I'm really open on cost as long as I feel like the value is there, right? I've been looking at sweatpants specifically because I'm starting with basics. Sweatpants, t-shirts. I really like the Goodfellow t-shirts at Target, but since we're not going to Target anymore because of their decisions on DEI, I am going to try to find a smaller or just like an independent brand to support and like find a really good shirt. I found one that I liked. It was, I think the name of the brand is Pool House New York. And they have like a bunch of different like really cool cuts of t-shirts and a particular pair of sweatpants that I really like. One of the parameters I'm using to make decisions on whether or not I purchase things is purchasing things that are made out of natural fibers. I don't want to fill my wardrobe up with polyester. It's just, there's enough plastic in the world. There's enough plastic seeping into my body through so many different things. I don't need to bring it in through clothes if it doesn't have to be. So I am trying to prioritize clothes that are at least mostly made of natural fibers. That is pretty difficult. It's more difficult than I thought it would be, I guess. And maybe it's because I just don't know the right brands, but I think to a certain extent, there's just so many companies that make plastic clothing. Like most of it's polyester or nylon or just a lot of different plastic fibers, which I'm not saying other people need to make the decisions that I'm making, but I am prioritizing trying to purchase clothing that is made from natural fibers. So I found a brand, the Pool House New York, and that pair of sweatpants that I like is, I think, $135. And it's like, okay, I do understand that I'm willing to pay for what I want and pay for quality, but I guess that feels like a new level of cost for me for a pair of sweatpants. Now, I think I would wear them a lot, especially if I got the right size. I don't think I would be disappointed in that purchase, but I don't want to make that decision without care, I guess. I've also purchased things from Boohoo Man specifically. One of the things I like about them is that they cater to tall length clothing. They have a whole tall section. They have a lot of variety in their tall options, which is cool for me because I have really long legs. I have a 34-inch inseam and what would typically be like a medium or small waist. So I'm usually looking at like a 31 or a 30. That's a little bit more difficult to find, but at Boohoo, that is something that is more accessible and not that expensive. I looked at a pair of sweatpants on their website and it's $17.50, meaning I could get probably like 6 or 7 pair for the price of that one pair from the previous brand. And they are not fully plastic. They are not 100% cotton, but they are 60% cotton and 40% polyester, which is technically making a compromise, but it's also so much less expensive. And so like I think it could help me start building I can hear the excuses as I'm saying them, so I just feel like I just need to shut up. I set a standard The standard was less than 1% plastic. And I think for sweatpants in particular, like elasticity and things like that, sometimes having spandex and things is possible is a benefit. But it needs to be primarily natural fibers. Even if I bought these things from Boohoo, they're 60/40. So at some point, I'm going to get rid of them because my standard is not going to go down. Even if I keep them for a few more years, I'm going to have to spend more money at some point when I get rid of them because the long term goal is 100% or less than 1% plastic. So it doesn't make sense for me to get the pants from Boohoo, even though they are less expensive. That doesn't necessarily mean that I need to rush and get the more expensive pants because I've been making it work for the... I don't know. I might have to come back to y'all.